Halston, Vermont, a picture-perfect New England town with white picket fences, a single traffic light, and a deep sense of community. It's the kind of place where people greet you by name and the local hardware store still hands out free coffee on Sundays. At the center of it all was Dr. Emily Harrow, 39 years old, compassionate, quiet, and devoted to her patients. She was Halston's only primary care doctor and had served the town for over a decade. She lived alone on a quiet property just outside the town, kept a small garden, and rarely missed her weekly book club. Emily wasn't just respected, she was trusted. So when she didn't show up for work on the morning of June 4th, 2022, people immediately knew something was wrong. Emily's office manager drove to her farmhouse. Her car was in the driveway. The front door was unlocked. Her purse and keys were on the counter. A mug of coffee had gone cold beside her phone. But Emily was gone. Police were called. A full-scale search was launched. Neighbors, friends, and volunteers combed the surrounding woods. Local news ran headlines like, "Town Doctor vanishes without a trace." Days turned into weeks, and whispers turned into worry. Was it a random abduction? A stalker? A violent stranger? The community felt violated, but things were just beginning. As investigators dug into Emily's digital life, they discovered a hidden email account registered under a fake name. What they found was a 2-year affair with a married man, James Cartwright, a well-known local contractor. Emily had been treating his wife, Lisa Cartwright, for anxiety and migraines. The emails were emotional, sometimes desperate. James had tried to end things. Emily threatened to tell his wife. The tone shifted between longing and rage. When questioned, James admitted to the affair but claimed it had ended months ago. He swore he hadn't seen Emily in weeks. But just when the case seemed to hit a wall, a teenage boy found a silver bracelet near the old train trestle. Initials, H. Within days, police discovered a shallow grave. It was Emily. Emily had been stabbed twice in the abdomen. The killer hadn't stolen anything. There was no sign of forced entry, but DNA found under her fingernails changed everything. It wasn't James Cartwright's. It was his wife's. Lisa Cartwright, who had smiled through neighborhood cookouts and sung in the church choir, was now the prime suspect. When confronted, she broke down. She confessed that she had discovered the affair and drove to Emily's house early that morning. She claimed it was just to talk, but the conversation escalated. Emily threatened to tell James the affair wasn't actually over. In what Lisa called a moment of blind rage, she grabbed a kitchen knife. 2 stabs, 1 shallow grave. Town shattered. Lisa Cartwright was sentenced to 30 years in prison for second-degree murder. James left Halston within the year. Emily's clinic shut down permanently. The town planted a small memorial garden outside the library. A plaque reads, "In memory of Dr. Emily Harrow, a healer, a neighbor, a light lost in silence." But Halston changed forever, not just because of the tragedy, but because the evil didn't come from a stranger, it came from one of their own. Because in towns like Halston, the scariest secrets don't always come from outside. Sometimes they live next door.